Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Dilmagus, and we're back with another part of my Symphony of the Night playthrough. And after about 45 minutes of grinding, I have just gained the world-ending weapon, the Crissaegrim. Now, the reason why I call this weapon the World Ender is because this is the only weapon that I can just hold. I can just keep pressing the button while moving. Now that makes things just so ridiculously easy. Now, eventually, as I'm just able to rip through enemies, my levels are just gonna shoot through the roof. Like, look at it. Those guys took a ton of hits to take down, even with the jeweled knuckles, which up to this point were one of the best weapons that I had. But now everything is just gonna fall by the wayside with this ultimate weapon. And I'm going to... Now map coverage is going to be so much more effortless. That's going to be another good thing. So let's head to the save point. Nope, wrong door. So that I was right, heading straight up. Oh, schmooze! And yeah, those are... So if you guys are ever playing this game, your starting point is going to be, for the reverse castle, is all the way down. And I just ran through being smoke to get past all the enemies, because unless you have the Crissaegrim, the enemies are just insanely difficult. And if I wanted to grind for levels, I could actually head back to the Colosseum with the Shield Knights. And there we go. I'm taking a little bit of damage, but it's not that big of a deal because of how wide of a range the Crissaegrim has for attack. Ouch. Okay, there we go. Now, hopefully we can come across hopefully we can come across a save point going out this way. Yep. There we go. Making short work of these guys. Because there's a good amount of enemies that have delay attacks, and like they'll back up right before they strike you, and with the Crissaegrim in hand, that is going to be a massive detriment to those kind of enemies. Go. Now there is only, in the reverse castle, there's 5 or 6 major bosses that give you the pieces of blood, which you need to resurrect Dracula, because those are the pieces of his body. There's, I'm not sure if I'm going to be encountering one going through the library, but I can head to the outer wall. Now, what do we have in here? Now, if I really wanted to, and I'll actually... Alright, let's take off the, let's get my defense up as high as humanly possible. Crystal Cloak. Alright, let's get the, rings off. Now, if I throw the Ring of Ares on, my defense drops all the way to 10, but my attack goes to 90. So, I should be able to successfully handle anything that decides to come my way. So I'm gonna start making my way back through the library, because there's a boss that I have to handle. Let's see. Yeah, gotta keep heading this way. Because unfortunately, if you're not looking for it, then there's just a lot of... Alright. Save point. There we go. And now this game has pretty much become one-sided, where, like, I was doing 90. I was doing I think 45 or 60 damage to the schmooze. Now I'm doing 90. And yeah, that's about the general size of it, ladies and gentlemen. Just, but the side effect of me putting the Ring of Ares on is just I don't have a lot of defense. Now, there is the best point that you want to grind for these guys is right when you get into the room for the save point. Yeah, now I'm doing between 60 and over 100 damage on a critical, but I'm also taking 30 damage a pop from weak enemies because I'm using the Ring of Ares. So, unfortunately, that is the one downside to the whole situation, is massive damage. Alright, massive attack for massive damage output for, unfortunately, the less defense. Because unfortunately, when you start running through this part, you're just not going to have the damage in the levels behind you, unfortunately. Okay, so let's head back up this way, and now I'm going to head back out to the, yeah, it's just everything is being carved up like a German sausage. And I'm going to get to a boss so that you guys can truly see the effectiveness of this thing. Dracula now does not stand a chance of hell against me. With how severely low level I am, if I were to actually... If I had all of the items that I needed, I would actually consider taking Dracula on right now. It's not exactly the smartest thing to do, but if you've got the Crissaegrim in your hand, then you could definitely try that. So yeah, I'm taking a fair bit of damage, but nothing that's too bad. Alright, now is this going to get me to a new area, or is it a... Okay, warp point, good. Because I actually wanted to head back, and we're going to start doing some cleanup. Yep, this is a perfect point to start. Now there's these big golden guys with swords, and those guys are a bit interesting because... Whoa, wait. Alright, that's a save point. We're just gonna do some quick map cleanup here. Now, like I said before, you're gonna be getting other weapons throughout the reverse castle, and they're pretty effective. And then those guys above my head are the, those guys are stone, and me getting through that part was just... Alright, we don't have any enemies here as of yet. Oh, yes we do. We have Skull Lords. Okay. Let's bring this guy down to my level, shall we? Look at that. One shot, dead. Okay, we're right... There we go. Now, the map percentage that I'm currently filling up is going to give us the best ending we can possibly get in the game. Alright, I've already been through there, yep. So yeah, map completion is a bit of an annoyance, but it's not too bad. Okay, now this is where you head into the upwards castle. But I figure I'll drop down here, and this was a secret room with a bunch of items. There we go, heart and life up. To be honest with you, I wish I really would have remembered to come here at the start. Royal Cloak, that is going to be a way better replacement. Yeah, if I would have remembered this was here, I would have been in a far better spot for killing enemies and getting the Crissaegrim. But, so yeah, right on the map, right when you guys go through the reverse warp point, make sure to hit this room because you're gonna get, I believe it's, and I like how the royal cloak makes my bat wings blue. That's pretty cool. So yeah, just remember this little room when you guys start off. And if you guys have the Dracula X Chronicles, there is actually a way that you can. There's actually a way that you can unlock this game. I believe you have to go to stage 2, and there's a fair bit of work involved for unlocking the game, but I do like how they decided to do that, where you actually get to play this game. Yeah, these guys are all these enemies are just a bunch of clowns. Okay. Now let's keep moving on. Alright. So we're finished here. Now I believe my map completion percentage is probably at this point around 120 or so. You do have to achieve over 200% for the best ending, which I'm just going to play through the game, normally kill all the bosses, kill Dracula, and then I'll see what my map percentage is at that point in time. And if I miss a percent or two, then I'll just run through and once I've beaten Dracula, yeah, these guys are nothing now. Even though it looks like I'm only doing a bunch, there's a string of ones. These guys only have 10 or 12 health, but their defense is pretty high. Okay, what do we have here? Chapel. Alright, okay. Magic missile, got a bunch of those. Alright, we're gonna close up the, Now those guys, when you first drop in here, are particularly nasty. Alright, we've got the save point, so in this game, especially when you hit the reverse castle, you want to run around like I did, and take advantage of every single save point you come across. Now those Black Panthers, I avoided those guys because they are just ridiculously nasty. When you're first coming in here, now this is your first unavoidable boss, which is the Gorgon. Best way to deal with her is going to be use your Skull Shield. Yeah, these guys are just... Okay. Now, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, definitely check out the Castlevania show that Netflix did. Fair bit of warning to you guys, though. It is not a show for kids or people that are easily offended by foul language and violence, because there is a ton of it. And the first season was only 4 episodes, but if they were to make a remake of the Castlevania games, the Castlevania games are ridiculously bloody. If PlayStation or Xbox were to remake them, yes, they would be mature, blood, gore, all that stuff. And these guys are particularly nasty, the goth snipers. Wow, 400 money. Yeah, now we're talking. Alright, now there's a 2,000 bag in the catacombs. No, excuse me, the underwater cavern. And, oh, I gotta put my, spike breaker armor on, or else I'm going to be feeling the pain. Aha! And I think it's funny that I can actually just run through it as spikes, and the spike armor actually holds. Now, there may be a boss in here. Oh, or not. Twilight Cloak. Is that better than what I'm wearing? Black Cape for Vampires. Haha. Oh god, no, that is not better than what I'm wearing. So, yeah, as you guys can see, my defense plummeted without the use of the walk armor. So, I'm going to throw that back on, because if I weren't going to be using that, I love how the spiked being smoke translates into the spiked armor. Yeah, that 12 defense. Nice! Leveled off the Sniper of Goth. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Okay, so we just got a life up. Running through the chapel here. Yeah, I cannot stress this enough. If you guys want to take the exact same route that I did, where you guys are going to be just running from everything until you hit the library, and then grinding schmooze for anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, because that's about how long it's going to take. Because once you hit the save room, only one is going to materialize. And okay, let's see here. Oh, these guys are those little gremlins. I hate those little bastard things. Alright, now we have a new area. So, you know what? Let's go for it. Why not? Alrighty, guys. Let's see where the new area is. Ah, okay. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm actually going to end it here, and I will see you guys on the next episode. So until then,